Yeah, I wanted to do another thing about boxing this week, and yeah, I know I don't. I said I don't like Jake Paul and stuff like that. I don't like him still, but there's a press conference of him, and there's a lot of other fighters on there as well, including Tommy Fury. Was that fight with Jake Paul? If he had that fight with him, that would be interesting. So I just want to get this um, press conference in because I know the fight's gonna be coming up soon. And, I'm ready for Tyron Woodley, but Jake Paul has a good chance too. But we're gonna just see who won the press conference and yeah. All right, let's see it. Hold on. Give me a second. Hold up. Go. I'm put the link. I'm gonna put the link up here. So sorry if it gets sideways. It's just the editing on here. I don't have the best equipment, but we'll make do.
Prior to Thanksgiving weekend of 2020, you could have forgiven many combat sports enthusiasts if they'd never heard the name of former Disney actor and YouTuber Jake Paul before. But in less than 1 year's time, he has become one of the most famous boxers on the planet. Paul knocked former three-time NBA slam dunk champion Nate Robinson out cold. People were then clamoring for him to take a step up in competition, which he did in the case of former MMA champion and UFC star Ben Askren. Paul would go on to dispose of Askren in less than 2 minutes into round one. After that performance, Jake Paul not only silenced many of his doubters, but he started to get called out by fighters all across the combat sports landscape. So who would Paul pick?
I'm just gonna say something. The got too hot moment was a big thing for Jake Paul. He led that whole Logan Paul and Mayweather fight. That's pretty much why that's why it was so big. But yeah, he's an instigator, and good instigators can get good ticket sales. You've seen that with the Conor McGregor as well. But yeah, we just like people like him are very good at selling pay-per-view buys and stuff like that. But and then if they also are good at fighting, that also brings more people to the sport and boxing. Maybe good, maybe bad, but we just don't know. We don't know for sure how much good or how much bad, but we'll see. Yeah, let's go.
As his next foe in only his fourth professional boxing match, enter former UFC welterweight champion Tyron Woodley, who, unlike Askren, has dangerous power, especially with his right hand. And it didn't take long before the trash talk between Paul and Woodley ensued.
I saw a man who just accepted a fight, mostly for a paycheck. I saw a man who's been defeated multiple times now, and who will be finished and sent into retirement by YouTube Disney star boxer.
Keyword, you saw a man.
At just age 24, Jake Paul has seemingly turned the fight game upside down. At just age 24, Jake Paul has seemingly turned the fight game upside down. And his quote-unquote hit list features some very interesting names should he get by Woodley. Will the problem child put on another epic performance in front of his hometown fans in Cleveland? Or will Woodley dampen that hype? We're in for a fascinating night in C-Town, only on Showtime pay-per-view.
Men, listen up. When it comes to keeping your privates in tip-top shape, use Manscaped's Lawnmower 4.0.
I'm just gonna say for a second, Tyron Woodley is
Sunday at 8.
I'm just gonna say for a second, Tyron Woodley is really good at putting people down. I don't know if it's just how hard he hits, but he didn't win a couple of fights. He lost a couple of fights. I seen the fight he had with Usman, and I didn't see the whole way through, but I seen that fight. I think he lost that fight, I think, but he might have lost the fight. I might have to look back, but yeah, he lost a couple other fights with four people in total, and a lot of that I feel like he wasn't in his headspace. I think if he went back, he still could probably get a couple wins still. If he went back in the UFC or MMA. If he went back, he would probably still get a couple wins. I think he's getting in great enough shape and great enough condition to get a couple more wins than if he went back to UFC. And You know, he has the potential in boxing. Like we've seen that, like how hard he can hit. He has the punching power. He has something. It's some technique there, but we gotta see what the pressure Jake brings, and if that may it might throw him off. It might throw him off, but you never know. With guys like Tyron Woodley, he's good at under pressure as well. So we haven't really seen Jake like that. So we'll see.
Eastern, Paul, 3-0 with 3 knockouts in his boxing career. Woodley putting on
So let's skip to the press conference part.
I can fight southpaw too. I might come out southpaw. I haven't even shown that yet. So yeah, this is my coming out party.
Tyron, you're also making your boxing debut. To the MMA Hour, you are here to take over, and people are going to see that Jake is going to get hurt in a way we've never even imagined. Explain that to us.
I'm almost falling. Hello? Yeah, I'm almost falling asleep over here because it's kind of...
Yeah, you're going to be falling asleep on Sunday,
It's kind of
Paige.
disgusting.
Yeah, you better sleep.
See that passive response whenever he makes I feel like Jake is gonna overwhelm Tyron with the back talk. When someone's talking, you talk back while they're talking. Like I feel like he's gonna win over with that. I think he might win this whole press conference. Jake might have this in the bag. So but yeah, we need to see what Tyron will say. He might come out with something.
This whole week.
Disgusting.
Get your naps in.
It's kind of disgusting how much of a clown people feel they have to be recognized. It's disgusting how much clout people have to chase. And when you really look into what the word clout means.
So he's speaking on real facts. You don't really need, you don't actually really need clout to sell tickets. You don't need that. But I think with the way he's saying is that it's disgusting to like be all about like the noise and stuff like that, because when you're talking about like clout, you're talking about like memes and stuff like that, and like branding yourself over like hypeness and stuff like that. But Jake is really good at that, and I can see why like some people can over exaggerate it sometimes and sometimes make people upset with some memes or other things, and sometimes it can sometimes it can go too far. But clout is clout. We all chase for it. So and I'm not saying Jake's the only one doing it. Tyron's chasing for clout because he's taking this fight. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're chasing for clout too, bro. Like, you're the one. If you're talking about you're all about clout, you're taking this fight. What does that say about you, right? So
It's the appearance of authenticity. It's the appearance that you're the real deal. It's the appearance that you really about that action. But I don't really like that. At the end of the day, walking around looking foolish. Where the fuck is your shirt at? Number one. Number two, you can say what you want.
We're fighting on Sunday with no shirt on.
You can say what you want to say, but you do what you think you're supposed to do based upon what we've done. When I say we, I say fighters. Jumping up on the ring and screaming and yelling and doing the memes and all this other stuff. The whole money thing, the whole bling thing, that's all built to build the fight. But we here. I ain't got shit to say. You getting hurt on Sunday. You ain't never fell. All your sugarcoating ass, cheerleading ass, fucking cheerleading ass, people that are around you have lied to you. They're not hurting you. They don't want to lose their bag. They're not.
Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. What can you guarantee?
So Tyron made a good point back right there that they're chasing for the bag. You're like this is gonna be a big fight, and everybody knows that there's gonna be people on the card that are gonna sell this. Got Tommy Fury, you got Jake Paul, we got Serrano, we got a lot of good fighters on here, and a lot of people don't know that once you have a couple good names on the card, it's hard to just a couple. If you have a couple good names on the card, it will increase your like the ticket sales. Even if you have like four or six, you have like three or four fights that are really good, or two fights that are really good. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many fights how many potential fights you have, but as long as they're really good fights, it's gonna sell tickets. So, and just a couple, and it only takes a couple of good fights to actually make the whole the fight sale go up. So it only takes a couple to do it, and sometimes it only takes just that one fight, depending on who it is. Okay.
Guarantee them that they are going to see Sunday night.
No, it's
Some negotiating all aspects, all categories. We're going crazy. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's been a long time coming. I'm blessed for the moment, blessed for the opportunity, thankful for the coaches in my corner.
Let's get to what Jake said, bro.
Haters, I'm thankful for the people that counted me out, because all it was just for me reassuring. Anytime you get adversity, anytime you get the BS and all the people that.
You know, people know how I'm coming. 3-0, 3 KOs, that's for a reason. I didn't even get warmed up in my last fight, so this guy's gonna go to sleep. And he's gonna get turned into another meme, like I said, just like his best friend, his little guy, Ben Askren, who he was in the corner of, turned him into a meme, ended his career. After Sunday, no one ever
He was already
about this
retired.
guy.
But if you're just looking to turn him into meme, that's good motivation. But you have to also look at what does that mean to you? What is it? What does it mean for you to win? Because if you don't have that, what it means for you to win the fight, or if you don't have the want for it, like if you don't have any other reason to win the fight, it's the only reason to turn that person into a meme, then we seen Jake Paul do that to a lot of people. We seen that to Gib. We seen that with Nate Robinson. We seen that with Ben Askren. But I feel like he only did that with two people. So if you're only looking to end up really couldn't really fight, feel me? So if you're trying to do that with Tyron, it's not gonna. You have to have some other motivation to want to win, because it takes a lot of want to get the fight done. You feel me? Or like get the fighting results you want. You feel me? So we'll see. Hold on. So my thing is out of the way. See that?
No one's ever going to talk about this guy ever again. He's a speed bump in the road of the Jake Paul career. He's a body. He is a body that I am using to add content to my highlight reel.
Look at you, you a clown, man. You a clown.
I know there are members of the
Your
media
crew a clown too.
who have questions. We have a mic. We just ask that you identify yourself and ask your question.
This is Keith Heining from BoxingScene.com. My question is for Jake. Jake, how much of a step up do you feel that Tyron Woodley is for you in your full fight?
It's a big step up. I mean, there's no other fighter at 3-0 who's taking fights against, world champions. I want challenges. I want to push myself. If I'm in training camp.
Okay, we see Jake Paul is making a point. We haven't really seen like people like him with only with only a small amount of fights, then go on to like someone really big like that. You feel me? We haven't seen that. So this is what I'm saying. It's gonna be interesting, but it's gonna be interesting, but it's gonna be interesting fight. We have other people on the card, and we'll see what he brings to the table. But with Jake Paul, like I feel like he's winning this press conference a little bit. So that might get into Tyron's head. So we'll see.
Training, and I know I'm gonna beat somebody. I'm not motivated. like stepping into the unknown. I like pushing myself, and that's what this fight is about. You know, this is a test. You know, I expect him to come out sharp. He looks like he's in shape. He's got the coaches doing the whole spiel, the whole shebang. So this is gonna be a fun one.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Ellie Segback, ES News. Jake,
Skip to the end a little bit.
versus this versus that. This is a real fight. I mean, if you look at the way that we're even just built, and you look at the determination, this is a fight. And
Morning Combat has you covered everything leading up to this fight on Sunday. Woodley and Paul, Showtime pay-per-view.
So that's gonna be the end of it right now. But you know, Tyron makes a good point. We seen Jake Paul take a couple dubs, and wins, and for that we see him progress. But we don't know if he's gonna like pull through. We might see a sharper Tyron. We might see sharper version of Tyron Woodley. But I really don't know if like Jake is gonna be like as sharp as Tyron. He doesn't look as sharp right now, as sharp as Tyron right now. But he does look sharp. Jake looks better than he did it before other. Come join the boxing fam every Thursday.